So, I feel like I have to be really quiet because it's really early in the morning. For me, it's like 8 a.m. Maybe to some people that doesn't seem early. That's crazy early. I just woke up like super early and I couldn't fall asleep. I said early like 100 times. So I figured I would film this video because I'm about to upload my video regarding getting my first tattoo, the vlog when I got my first tattoo, which I'm just gonna say it. I look rough in that video. I look really bad in that video. I don't think I realized how bad I looked in that video. Probably just how like I'm not gonna realize how bad I look in this one. Yeah, I'm aware I don't need comments, and I know. Yeah, so I figured I would do like a little bit of an overall all about my tattoo kind of video. I feel like a lot of people do like this all in one when they have like a bunch of tattoos, but I'm not gonna be getting one for a while because obviously we're under quarantine right now, and when I get out of quarantine, that's not gonna be my first priority. So I figured I would just make this video. So if you guys want to know the meaning behind my tattoo as well as the pain and my experience and all that, continue watching. But before I get into the video, you should go down and like, subscribe, definitely comment if you have any tattoos of your own. And yeah, you should also follow me on social media. A lot of you guys have done that, so thank you so much to the people that have. For those of you that haven't, you should just go down and do it. I have all my social medias in the description bar below. You can find me on TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram. Okay, so for those of you that have not seen my video regarding my first tattoo, which should be up right before this video comes up, so if you want to check it out, I'll have it linked right there. This is my tattoo, and I'm sorry for like this little red mark down here. I don't know what this is. I think it might just be a bug bite, but yeah, I have a butterfly on my wrist, and I think I'm just gonna start with like the pain scale, the way the actual tattoo appointment went for me, and then move into like the meaning and all that towards the end of the video. I don't really have a specific plan for this. I'm just going to do what I know based off like the videos that I've seen of other people with their first tattoo, and then the things I would be interested in if I was looking to get a tattoo. So again, yes, it is on the side of my wrist. I just got a simple butterfly outline with minimal shading on the inside. It's completely black. Yeah, it is kind of sitting right on my bone, and that kind of leads me into the next topic, which is the pain. For me, because I don't feel like I have a super low pain tolerance, certain things like getting shots really, it doesn't scare me. I don't like it because I don't like feeling something going into me, and I can feel shots. But like, I have a bunch of piercings. I have 8 piercings. I've had 9, which I'm getting my tragus re-pierced pretty soon after this whole thing is over. But yeah, so piercings don't really bother me. The most painful piercing that I got was my tragus. That was horrendous, and even that was like manageable. So I didn't think that getting a tattoo was gonna hurt me a lot, especially because I did look up like the places on the body that hurt the most. At one point, when I was considering which tattoos to get, I was gonna get my first piece on my ribs, but I knew that for the tattoo, like this specific tattoo, I did not want it on my ribs. But yeah, this was one of the like, I like the pain scale thing, like the human body pain scale thing on the screen, that way you guys can see what they say is the most painful spots on the body. Rating it out of 10, I would probably give it anywhere from a 3 to a 4. Given it is April right now and I got that tattoo done in January, so maybe, I don't know, I think I can still remember the pain pretty well. Everyone, because okay, when I got this, I went straight to work like an hour after it, and everyone was asking me like, oh my gosh, like, did it hurt? Like, what did it feel like? Da 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 da. Madison, who was my friend that was there with me, she was really like interested in like how it felt. Like when I was getting it done, she was asking me questions. It really was not that bad. For me, it kind of felt like a really hot paper cut, or like, I know everyone says like a cat scratch. I don't have a cat. I've been scratched by cats, but like I don't really remember that much of what that feels like. It felt like a really like hot paper cut. It was going back and forth. But yeah, I don't really know if he did a single needle or if he did a cluster. I would assume he did a single needle, but I don't remember. My tattoo artist was not a micro specialist. He specialized in American traditional, which obviously I did not get. So I didn't really pay close attention to the needles that he was using. But yeah, he did do a line on my wrist before he put any ink on, just to give me a tester of how it felt. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, I would give it a 3 to 4 out of 10. And probably even less than that. I'm just kind of trying to mark it up for people that probably don't have my pain tolerance. Wasn't really that bad. And again, because it is in a bonier area, it's supposed to be more painful. Wasn't that bad. Now I will say this part hurt a lot less than like right on the bone. It hurt more, but then again, like moving further away didn't hurt as much. And I have a pretty bony wrist. Like I'm touching bone right now. I have really small wrists, but okay. So then moving into pricing, for my tattoo, the shop minimum was $80, which because it's so small, this is considered a micro tattoo, at least at their shop. It was the shop minimum, which is $80. Now, I know that you're supposed to tip tattoo artists. A lot of people I don't feel like do that, especially with their first tattoo. I didn't want to be that girl that like is an 18-year-old that just walks into a tattoo shop and gets a random tattoo and doesn't tip and like leaves. So I ended up tipping him like a really specific amount. I gave him $15.75 as a tip, and I know that sounds really weird, but I did that based off of the money that I had in my account because I like seeing even numbers, and so I had 75 cents like extra, so I gave the 75 cents to him. I don't really remember what the like normal is for tipping. I don't know if it's like 15% or 20%, but I felt like I gave a pretty decent tip. So all in all, I paid $95.75. I'm pretty happy with the price of that for my tattoo. Tattoos are not supposed to be super cheap. Like if you can go to a tattoo parlor and get a $20 tattoo, odds are it's not going to be the best tattoo and it's probably not going to heal the best. And most shop minimums are around $80, and my tattoo shop is not like this world-renowned shop, so it wasn't going to be like a minimum of $300. So yeah, the pricing to me was fine. Now getting into the references that I used and then what I wanted it to look like. I did not want this super complex micro tattoo. I definitely thought a lot about the different options of what I could have done, and I know a lot of tattoo shops specialize in micro tattoos because it's very popular right now, but I knew that I had different plans for what I wanted to do on my wrist, and I didn't want to have them all super complex because a lot of what I want to do on my wrist. Sorry, my mom called me and I kind of lost place. What was I talking about? Yeah, I just knew that I was going to have like a lot of like very simple things on the wrist. Like this is not going to be the last of the tattoos that goes on my wrist or like on like this general area. And I'm sorry, like I always go like this, but I have big hands and small wrists, so it just always looks awkward. So I will have the reference photos that I use on the screen, and obviously these are not the best reference photos out there. It's just what I felt like comfortable with using and what I felt like gave him a general sense. He did ask me, you know, oh, like, are you looking for realism? Are you looking for this? And I said, nope, just looking for an outline. I want it to be the most similar to a monarch. Then he printed out a paper with a couple different options for me. I chose one, and it was obviously this one. A lot of the other ones I felt like, because it's such a small space, I didn't take a picture of it, and I probably should have. Because it's such a small space, I felt like would have, over time, like, there's a word for it, like would have bled into each other. Like, not that they're different colors, but like, it just would have looked like a smudge eventually. It does not look as crisp as when I got it, which I think is like a very common misconception, especially with like girls around my age. They think that their tattoo is gonna look the exact same as it does the day they get it versus like, you know, I'm 3 months in or 4 months in. This did not heal perfectly. I will definitely say that was a lot on me because I did not really understand how to heal a tattoo for the tattoo instructions that I got. But I will say that probably this much percent of it was on the artist, just because I didn't feel like he explained exactly the way he should, but it's fine. And also, again, he doesn't specialize in micro tattoos, so I feel like because you don't specialize, maybe your line work isn't going to be as crisp as it would be if you were a specialized artist. But not complaining, I'm very happy with it. Again, I have very realistic expectations, so it doesn't really bother me, but I know that some people might be like, oh, like that looks like a little bit older than what it is. I don't think it does, but it's fine. Picked out a reference photo. He put it on. I put a picture of the stencil, which by the way, sometimes it looks crooked. Depending on how I move my wrist, it looks crooked. But I had my hand like this when he put it on, which obviously when it's like this, it looks very straight. He didn't mark it. He kind of just did it dead on center the first time. And yeah, he made me check it. I checked it in the mirror. I checked it on my phone. I checked it. I had my friend check it, like made sure it was 100% where I wanted it to be. Yeah, I like the way it fills out my wrist because initially I wanted it like that big. Like I wanted it tiny. And I don't know why I wanted that because looking back, I don't think I would have liked that, but very happy with the way it turned out. It was probably, timing-wise, it probably took like 8 to 10 minutes, I want to say. I don't think it took any longer than that. It was a very quick process. I don't know why, like I barely was on my phone. Like I didn't have to listen to music, which I thought, like I made a whole playlist. I was like, okay, like in case this hurts, I just want to make a playlist to drown it out. But it really wasn't that painful. Me and my tattoo artist talked a little bit about the meaning behind it because he also had a butterfly tattoo. Talked about, you know, his specialties. I just wanted to have a conversation with him because I wanted to get a better feel for him as an artist in case I ever wanted to go back to actually get more tattoos by him, which I feel like I will. I just feel like for specific tattoo plans that I have, certain things that I want to get done, I want it to be, you know, amazing, great quality that maybe are a little bit more detailed. I wouldn't necessarily go back to him, but that's just because I know what he specializes in, and I'd rather get someone that specializes in the style that I want. I think I talked about pain, pricing, placement, sizing, or whatever that category would be called. I didn't vlog my initial reaction after because I was like so like adrenaline pumped. Like my friend Madison could tell you, like I was, the thing like with Heath Hazar, I think is his last name, said like, oh, like she's an X Games medal. Like I was like so pumped to have a tattoo. Like I was ecstatic. Like I don't even know how to explain it. And so my first like thought wasn't to pull out my camera. I just filmed my mom's reaction when I got home, but I will tell you, I was so happy when I first came out of there. I loved it. He wrapped it with Sanaderm, which, oh, I did not talk about healing. So the way that my tattoo artist did the healing process, or recommended the healing process, and the things that he used on me was Sanaderm. It was like a little, probably like this big, wrap that like went all the way across my tattoo and a little bit onto my wrist. You guys can see that in my previous video. Yeah, I did not know what Sanaderm was at the time. Had no clue what it was. I thought that most tattoos were just wrapped in saran wrap. He didn't tell me that it was Sanaderm, and so I actually ended up talking to friends at work, and they told me it was Sanaderm, and they told me, you know, what I shouldn't be doing. Looking back, I kind of regret taking their advice, just because I was so adamant about sticking to the advice that my tattoo artist gave me, and then it kind of ended up veering away a little bit. So he told me to keep it on for 2 days, and then take it off, rinse it with warm water, and then everything would be cool, and like I didn't need to worry about it. I didn't need to worry about any Neosporin or like Aquaphor, like anything like that. And me being dumb, I did keep it on for the 2 full days. I think I kept it on a little bit longer just because I really wanted to make sure it had been 2 full days. And I normally showered at night, so I kept it on probably like 2.5 days because I got it done during the daytime. Took it off in the shower like he recommended. He did say to take it off under warm water, probably in a shower would be best. It didn't really hurt. Now I will say that I took a couple pictures of what it looks like while it was healing under the Sanaderm, and I'll put those on the screen. The ink obviously is not going to stay in your skin perfectly. Ink goes in your skin, and your body's natural reaction is to reject it. So obviously some of the ink comes out, but obviously if you're not messing with it and you're not doing anything to further that process, you'll still have a tattoo at the end of it, which I think is a good reason to use Sanaderm, because a lot of people end up picking at their tattoos while it's scabbing. Mine didn't scab that bad. It scabbed like maybe like 0.1%, like barely anything, and that's part of what Sanaderm helps to do, like prevent a lot of scabbing. Yeah, so I took off in the shower, and I think for the first day or two I didn't put anything on it, and your skin does feel very weird after the Sanaderm comes off. Like it does not feel like normal skin, and it doesn't look like normal skin. If anyone has a tattoo they've used Sanaderm on, like you can attest, like the first like 2 or 3 days after, it does not feel like normal skin. It feels very dry, almost like, I feel like it feels like lizard skin. And then 2 or 3 days into it, I started getting like really paranoid, because like, okay, like why is my skin so dry, and like why is this and why is that? So I did end up putting Aquaphor on it. I used Aquaphor like once or twice from a coworker who had it. It was brand new. She literally just got it because she was planning to get a tattoo. She hadn't gotten hers yet, so she let me use it. Like we weren't sharing like bacteria or anything. And yeah, I will say that when it was under the Sanaderm, I did press on it a couple different times. I don't think helped the tattoo heal. I was just like very interested in like the way it felt, because it wasn't painful. It wasn't even really that sore. It's just like you could tell like something had just happened to my skin. And obviously some blood did leak out a little bit, which you're getting stabbed by needles repeatedly, you're gonna have blood. This is what it looks like fully healed. Obviously it's not the best lighting. I don't really know how to show you guys. It's a little bit more blurry than I think it should be. I think that's, again, partially on me, and I think that's partially on the artist. The inside is a lot more murky than I would like it to be, and you can definitely tell that there are a couple blowouts on this side mainly. I'm still pretty happy with it. I don't really mind it. You can tell what it is. It's legible. Like if I'm walking 10 feet back, like you can tell what it is. And yeah, so finally getting into the meaning of the tattoo. I kind of briefly explained it in my initial video where I got my tattoo done, but I didn't really fully explain it. I got this tattoo from my grandmother on my mother's side. My grandmother is still living, which I think is like a really big misconception when people get tattoos for another person, especially if that person's like older than them. Like a lot of people think like, oh, you know, she must have passed. Like my grandma's still alive. My grandma wasn't super supportive of me getting this tattoo because my entire family, like none of my grandparents like tattoos. My mother really didn't like tattoos. My dad definitely didn't like tattoos. I have an aunt that has a couple tattoos and a cousin. And then I think everyone else is pretty much just like indifferent, or if they like them, they don't really express it that much, but I've expressed that I like tattoos. Yeah, so she wasn't super supportive of it, but when I told her the meaning behind it, she understood, and she said that while she wouldn't want me to get a tattoo, that at least it had meaning to me, and at least it would be something that she knew that I wouldn't regret. So, and I don't regret it. Yeah, so I got it for her. I got a butterfly because my grandmother has been really big into butterflies basically her entire life. She has butterfly decor all around her house, and it was just something that growing up like kind of identified her in my mind. Like when I thought of my grandma, I would think of like butterflies. And then butterflies are also a sign of metamorphosis. I mean, that's obviously like they go from caterpillars into beautiful butterflies. I will have the specific meaning of the butterfly that I read before I actually ended up getting a butterfly tattoo up here. And I wanted a monarch just because, again, or like the outline of a monarch, because in her house that's like the butterfly that she has like most commonly around. Like it's a monarch butterfly. We grew up in Tidewater, Virginia. I still live in Tidewater, Virginia, and so monarchs are really common around here. So yeah. And then for me there's even meaning behind the placement. I wanted it on the right side of my wrist that I cannot see. Like if I'm just like doing something, like if I'm just like looking down at my arms, I cannot see the tattoo, and that was on purpose. For me, the reason why I got it on my right side of the wrist, and this part that I can't see, is because I kind of thought of it as like, you know, once she passes, or even the fact that, you know, she's still here and I don't live near her, I don't live super close to her, she's always with me. She's right here, even though I can't always see her and I can't always be with her. I always have her right here. So that's why I got my right. I feel like for me, I'm right-brained, like, or right-sided brain. I don't really know the expression for that, but basically that means that you have more, that you're more on the creative side. You don't necessarily think as logistically as someone that has the left side of the brain. Like typically people with right-sided brains are more into history and into the art and English and writing, and then people that have left-sided brain are more into math and sciences. And ironically, people that have left-sided brains actually are more predisposed to being better at languages. I guess I have a little bit of the left side of the brain, but for the most part, I'm more right-brained. So for me, I feel like that's like the right side like leads me in the right direction. So again, that's part of why she's on my right wrist. I think the last part of it is just that I said this again in my initial video. I did not want to get a name on me at all. I do not ever want to get anyone's name on me. It's just a preference thing. But anyway, yeah, I didn't want to ever like meet like someone with her name down the line, and then like if I had a bad interaction with them or if I had a bad relation with them, like think of that when I saw my tattoo. So that's why I just got a symbol of her rather than her actual name. And I think that's pretty much it. If I missed something or you guys want to know something else, just ask me in the comments and I'll be sure to reply. I literally read all my comments and I reply to almost every single one of them. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that not everyone is a super big tattoo fan, and I get it, and that's perfectly fine. Your body's your body. You don't have to get it tatted. My body is my body. It's my choice if I want to. I did forget to say the reason why my video about my tattoo went up so long after actually getting it is because, again, a lot of people in my life aren't super supportive of getting tattoos. It was more of just like an adjustment period where I like kind of wanted to have it for a while rather than just like putting it up like the day after I got it. And there's some other things that go into it that are kind of more personal that I don't really want to say on YouTube, but there is actually a reason why I didn't go up like the week after I got it. So yeah, I think that is it now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you should definitely go down, like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow, but I probably won't. So if I don't, I hope you guys have a good night or morning or whatever time it is where you are. And yeah, if you guys want to see more videos about my tattoos and piercings, subscribe to my channel because I will definitely make more videos and more tattoos and piercings that I get.